So what's up, YouTubers? How you guys doing? So Kamala Harris, the U.S. Vice President, running around in Africa. I saw the article. Uh, it says that Kamala Harris actually promised some African countries $100 million, like peanuts, $100 million for the entire Western African countries. $100 million. It's a mockery, man. It's a mockery. So these Western leaders are running around in Africa now to fool the African leaders. But they do understand that some African leaders are corrupt. So it's easy to manipulate them. I've been saying here many, many times. Let us take the case of some Kenyan judicial judges, the High Court. I mean, how do you call them? The Kenyan Supreme Court. Some judges passed or suggested or allowed or let go, I can use that way, to make LGBTQ legally how do you call it, signed or legally start their own organization as a legally organization. I don't know how can I put it, man. So the Americans, they know some Kenyan High Court judges are corrupt. Okay? So this is the problem. If you allow a country, led by a certain tribes, such as the case of Kenya, a certain tribe as a majority, that is the problem. If some of the majority, or even not majority, of these so-called Kenyan Supreme Court judges, some of them, maybe 3 of them, were Muslims, these kind of things wouldn't actually happen. Okay, allowing LGBTQ to be allowed. Let me put that, to be allowed to be in. I'm looking for words here. Okay, I don't want to upset anybody. I know some countries, LGBTQ are known as human rights issues. Some countries, okay, especially Western countries. Okay, so some Kenyan Kenyan judges, some Kenyan judges who actually on Supreme Court in Kenya, allowed this organization to enlist. Let me put the word enlist. Okay, themselves to become a legal organization in Kenya. So, to my understanding, some of the judges didn't show up. Okay, some of the Kenyan Supreme Court judges did not show up. Some actually showed up, and majority on that day, they passed, okay, that bill for LGBT, whatever, LGBTQ. Anyway, man, so it's a long way. LGBTQ, lesbians, B, bisexual, G, gay, T, transgender, and and Q, queer. Okay? Those the meaning of LGBTQ. Lesbians, bisexual, gay, LGBT, transgender, and queer. Those are words, that's the meaning of LGBTQ, okay? So, I saw the clip here when Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, was asked about the LGBTQ in Ghana. Ghana, my friend, the curse is coming to Africa, big time. The curse is coming to Africa, big one, the curse. Okay, so Kamala Harris is going around Africa to fool African leaders, especially the corrupt one. It is to fool the corrupt ones because they've been promised, okay, false promises, okay, and some of these leaders, their children, their grandchildren, okay, their relatives are in Europe and in Americans. Some are studying, some are residents of these countries or even citizens, okay? Like when I was watching Jicho Pevu, Muhammad Ali, yeah, Jicho Pevu, in Kenyan Parliament, he was like, hey, take my visa away. You can have my visa. I don't need to go to America. I don't need to go to whatever, England, whatever, you know, take back to my visa. Okay, take back my visa. Okay? That's why I'm saying if this Supreme Court of Kenya, we had like 3 Muslim judges, these things will happen. Okay? And we have some so-called bishops, you know, pastors, evangelists, and other Christians leaders. Some of them are talking loud and some of them are quiet. But most Muslims are talking loud, okay? And also the local indigenous people also are talking loud against LGBTQ, okay? Thank God to Yoweri Museveni, the president of Uganda. You force your way of life into other countries. America is forcing his way of life to another countries, okay? Because these other countries, that's not their culture. Black people should actually keep their traditional, their customs, okay, and their culture on a tight as it was for centuries. I've seen a guy from Uganda, no, a guy from Tanzania mentioning the groups in Tanzania, the LGBTQ groups, which is funded by the US and some organizations in Tanzania, even Kenya, even maybe the entire African countries, you know. So go read the Bible, go read the Quran, go read the African traditional and customs and cultures. Some of these behaviors, okay, some of these behaviors are not acceptable in African cultures. You know, many years ago, this behavior, here in America, they used to say it's a mental illness. Long time ago here in America, the behavior became a gay, lesbians, queer, transgender, whatever. They used to call these things mental illness. But now things were changing, or things are changing. Now it's legal here in America to be whoever you want to be, okay? To be whoever you want to be. So the African countries, I know it's a touching issue, but the people of God, the people of culture, the people, spiritual people, okay, who knows God, who knows God, El, Yah, by his name, they must stand still and oppose this catastrophe, how do you call it? Catastrophe, this, how do you call it? Catastrophe or whatever. I'm sorry, man. No, I understand this behavior. Some countries have no problem. It's their culture. But please, do not force this things, this behavior to another country. Respect America. Respect the African traditional culture and customs. But I've been saying here many times, the most people who destroying black people are the blacks themselves, especially for those who are on top and using the other people on the bottoms so that they can destroy their own people. So the Westerners using the black people to destroy their own black people. It's everywhere, even here in America. You see black people are killing other black people. No? So when the people that see that, I'm not talking about the white kids or white whatever, because we know, we have seen some atrocities that the white people go to a school or theaters or bus stations, or going to college or bar, open fire and killing hundreds of or many people, many children in school. Just a couple of days ago, some white kid went to a school and killed people there, kids and teachers and everything. So this is their culture. So don't force this culture to Africa. So the Vice President of America, Kamala Harris, running around calling herself, I am a black man, I am a black man, I am a black, no, sorry, I am a black woman. I am a black woman, I am a black too. No, she was talking in Ghana. She was telling Ghanaian people who doesn't know her, telling Ghanaian people, the crowd, the medias, whatever, who was there, and the entire world, announcing herself that she's a black woman. She's not a black woman. She's not a black woman. Okay? Black woman does not have long hair and white skin, and no. Look my skin and look Kamala Harris' skin. Okay? Look her dad, okay, and look her mother from India. Okay, we understand that there's black people in India. She might have maybe a small blood of black in there, but technically she's not a black woman. She was, waving the flag in Ghana, announcing herself that she's a black woman, and try to fool people in Africa. Africa, wake up! Africa, we had great leaders in Africa who are trying to wake up African people, but the problem African people, some African leaders, is to be used, to manipulated, to given false promises, promising them we're gonna take you to heaven, but in few minutes, in few days, that heaven, they'll give you heaven, okay? They'll promising you heaven in here on earth for a couple of years, and then you are no longer value, because this America, they use you in a minute, and another hour, No, we are no value. They are looking for someone else to lead the country. Please subscribe, put your comments. Take care. Bye-bye. But Africa, keep your culture, traditional, and customs. Very important. If not, the curse will continue. And the curse will come big. Big curse in Africa. All right. Bye-bye.